Over the years you've been involved, access to mobile phones, access to other forms of technological innovation have really boosted women's ability to participate in the sort of economic financial sector. Where do you see, again, the further gain, the most gain can be made, whether it's through mobile devices, mobile banking, and how important is this to really driving up women's empowerment in the developing world?
Yeah, so I think mobile phones are going to be one of the very key things. It's kind of a route around the banking system in a sense, because if you think about it, the poor are not welcomed at banks. And even if they put their money in their pocket, they'll tell you if they get on the train or the bus, they have to spend the money to get on the train or the bus. They got to travel to the city, they get robbed on the way, and then they get to the bank and they're not welcome. And yet, mobile phones are all over the developing world. I'll be in a remote, dusty village where you wouldn't think there was a mobile phone that could ring around, and I'll be talking to a woman and chickens will be running around, and all of a sudden the phone rings in her pocket. I didn't even know she had one. And she'll pull it out and somebody's calling her. And so what we're finding is that when men and women have access, and particularly women, to mobile banking on their phone, where they can save $1 a day, $2 a day, because women do have income. As much as we don't survey them and find out, when you talk to them, and we're starting to now survey them, they have lots of income. And so when they have, not a lot personally, but they'll have little bits of it at times. When they can start to save it in a bank account and it's not in a tin can under their bed where a relative can come ask them for it, or it doesn't get eaten by rats, when it's in a mobile money account, then when it comes time for the school fees, she's got money to put her kid in school. And when it comes time where there's a drought, which happens a lot in Africa, or food shortage, she's got money to go buy food at the market. And it's transformative in these women's lives. And there's a recent survey that came out, a very long-term study about women who've had access to mobile banking over the last 3 years, and it's lifted a substantial number of women out of poverty in Kenya. And Kenya is one of the places that have had mobile banking the longest. So I'm very optimistic about this, and we just have to make sure that mobile phones and those bank accounts really get in all women's hands, not just a subset of women's hands.